This here is the last fragrance guide you're ever gonna need. Now look, a lot of people tend to overcomplicate fragrances, so let's just go through it the simple way. Starting with all the things that you should know before buying any fragrance, then looking at how you should buy fragrances and which ones I actually recommend buying. Now, fragrances are often split up into two main groups, summer and winter fragrances. Summer fragrances tend to be lighter and fresher scents, something that doesn't suffocate people in a hot and humid weather. Usually they smell something like citrus or coconut, for example. Now, winter fragrances, on the other hand, are the stronger and sweeter ones of the two. Most of the time, these scents are going to be very loud and pretty heavy. And then there are some fragrances that are a bit of both, but more on that later. Now, if you are new with fragrances, you might be thinking, wait, why shouldn't I use whatever I want, whenever I want? But you see, winter scents are just way too strong for hot summer days and will guarantee headaches for the people around you. And then on the flip side, summer fragrances are just too light for cold winter days, so no one's going to even smell you. Also, fragrances can be labeled as night or day scents, but usually they just go hand in hand with the summer/winter labels, night being winter and day being summer. Now then, you should know about what those random letters like EDP mean in a fragrance bottle. In short, EDT, EDP, and extrait are all just different fragrance concentrations. It just basically means how much actual fragrance oil is in your fragrance. Now, usually the higher the concentration, the longer it's going to last. But do keep in mind that if you have two fragrances with the same name and their only difference is that one is EDP and the other is EDT, you shouldn't always just go with the higher concentration one because most of the time they're completely different scents. So, treat them as standalone products even though they sound pretty familiar. If you actually want to build a good collection or you just want to have at least two fragrances in your rotation, you should do a bit of strategic planning on what fragrances you're going to get so that you can get your collection to be as versatile as possible, even if your collection only consists of just two fragrances. Believe me, you don't want to be that guy who smells like a loud vanilla sex bomb in a gym. Cause, come on. Anyway, let's walk through how to build a fragrance collection with just one fragrance, all the way up to like 5 fragrances because, that's realistically how many you're going to need if you're smart about it. So, if you only want to get that one fragrance that's going to get you through every occasion, I advise you not to go with anything too loud or too strong. If you're only rolling with one fragrance, in my opinion, it should be a freshish kind of fragrance. I think it's much better to smell fresh on every occasion than to, say, always smell super sweet. For example, why would you want to smell sexy and edible in, say, a library? Oh, and fresh scents are also good for your first scent, since if you aren't that much into fragrances, your nose most likely enjoys fresh scents the most. Here are 3 good scents that I would recommend for a single fragrance collection. Bleu de Chanel, YSLY EDP, or if you're young, or just want something even a little bit sweet, you should go for Versace Eros. You really can't go wrong with it. With 2 fragrances, you can actually start using a different scent for summer and winter/day and night. So now finally, you should go and get that sweet fragrance alongside your fresh one. The sweet winter fragrances are very versatile in their own unique way. Yeah, you shouldn't use them in the summer when it's hot outside, but you think about it if you somehow got a date with a lovely girl. Do you want to smell boring and fresh, or would you rather smell edible and sexy? Now, when you're ready to upgrade your collection even further from here, you can start to have some fun with it. You could cop a special occasion fragrance, something sweet and sexy that makes people turn their heads. Or maybe you want to smell formal at your cool office job. Or maybe you just found another winter fragrance that you really love and just want to cop it. Really, the choice is yours. It's not that deep. But if you've watched all the way up until here, chances are that you've enjoyed the video. So please, consider subscribing. It does help us out a ton.
But what about clones?
Great question. I actually do support buying clones, especially if you're on a budget. Honestly, you can get a good quality clone for just like 20 or 30 bucks. So if you're looking to experiment with new scents, or you just don't want to spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on your collection, you should take a look at clones. Oh, and here we use this spreadsheet to easily find the right clones for each fragrance. Just open the spreadsheet by clicking the first link down in the description, find the fragrance you're looking for. Bonus tip, you can use Ctrl+F to search if you're on your PC, click the link when you find something you like and it'll take you straight to Amazon. But okay, next up, I'm going to give you 3 quick general tips about fragrances. And then I'll go through some of my more juicy recommendations on what to actually buy. Firstly, sweet and heavy scents should usually be sprayed about 3 times. 1 spray on each side of your neck on the spots where you feel your pulse, and once on the inside of your wrist, and then gently press your wrists together so the fragrance gets applied to both hands. All fragrances are unique though, so on some fragrances, 3 sprays might not be enough, and on some fragrances, it might be way too much. Going with 3 sprays is usually the safest bet though. Secondly, fresh scents should usually be sprayed around 5 times since they're, less strong. Spray the usual 3 spots, and in addition, spray on the back of your neck, and you can add an extra spray to your other wrist if you want. Some fresh scents can be very strong though, and some fragrances can be pretty weak. So sometimes 5 sprays is a bit too much, and sometimes it's just not enough. Now, the third one is to just brush your teeth and use an unscented deodorant so it doesn't mess up the smell of your expensive cologne. But now, finally, let's dive into the good stuff. For summer fragrances, I gotta recommend Nautica Voyage, Legend Spirit by Montblanc, and lastly, a bit pricier Virgin Island Water by Creed. To get you ready for winter, we have Invictus Victory Elixir, Le Mal Le Parfum by JPG, and lastly, my personal favorite, Initial Side Effect. Then to smell a bit more formal, Tuxedo by YSL, Luna Rossa EDT by Prada, and Leighton by Parfums de Marly. For special occasions like Nights Out, Stronger With You Intensely by Armani, Angels Share by Kilian, Altair by Parfums de Marly. And 2 random bonus scents that I would personally recommend are Interlude Man by Armage, and last but not least, Creed Aventus. And hey, if you like this video, you should go ahead and also watch this one, okay?